Welcome to the Narrowboat at Jamesville. Hope you're well. Thanks for joining me. Well, there she is behind me. She's on the wet slip, so she's off the trolley. She came off the trolley this morning. We just pushed her around into where she is now. She's filling with water. I've cut loads of holes in the floor to try to identify where it is. The floor's going to have to be replaced, basically. And I think I've identified where it might be coming in terms of an area, but no more than that. So it's just got to be dried out, basically. It's the only way of identifying where the hole is to dry it out. And for that I need to go over to the marina and be hoisted out properly, and let it dry for a couple of days, power wash it, and basically see if we can see something, see if we can see a wet patch where the holes come, where the water's coming out. So that's it really. I just got to do, as my mum says, I've got to do some stuff which kind of keeps me fairly positive today. I've got to go back to London tonight anyway. And it's annoying because yesterday when I went to Chandler's, I bought some more paint for the top coats. And I've had a change of heart on the colour. And it seems a bit weird now talking about colour of the boat when it's in the state it's in. But yeah, I bought two colours. So I bought, it's not blue and grey at all. It's going to be green and cream ish. It's a colour called Bethnal Green, which looks really nice. And then an off-white to do a bit of kind of detail. But yeah, it's a nice looking colour that is. So. But I need to obviously put some undercoat on the rest of the boat, and actually given its current position it's not in a bad place to slap some paint on it. I've got to do something to move forward mentally, otherwise this is just an almighty setback. Well, I mean it is, but if I can do something which moves forward and makes the boat progress slightly as well, then I don't know, just emotionally it might make it slightly better. This has arrived in the post. Oh wow, I needed one of these. Fire stand, 4-piece fire companion set with stand. Oh, that is brilliant. Oh, thank you so much, whoever sent that. There's no note with it, but yeah, that is brilliant. Okay, so this is the latest. This is the 2 holes in the bathroom. You remember there's a steel girder there going through the boat, front to back in the middle, and on this side is the lower side of that. So on the port side is the lower side. And I don't know if you can just make out there, but there's a hole there going through into the bow. Okay, now up there is all dry. It's wet here, and there's a slight flow here. So if I put some sawdust in there, you'll see there's a flow. And there's a bit of pooling on this side, but again, it's not running down that wall there. That's dry. So we can deduce that it's coming, take it out here, it's coming from here. That hole that I just showed you is about there. Now, under here is that steel bulkhead that was in the boat when I got the boat, and between this girder here, which runs that way, and that steel bulkhead was really crappy in there, and I couldn't really get to it, and it was covered in bad crap, and I'm wondering whether that is the area. Now obviously to look at that means taking out this wall, which is all glued and kind of polyfilled in place, but I'm not going to take all of it out. I just have to take a lower bit, so I might just use the multi-tool, take off the lower bit, so I can take out the floor, and then that will expose that kind of area there. Because on the other side of it, in the bedroom, I mean, look at the state of this. This is just not what I wanted. So up here in the middle bit, that's dry, and that side's dry. So all of that water there is not there. It's from here onwards. And in here, the only bit of water is this bit here. So in this one here, the only bit of water is in there, going up to, and kind of goes underneath that steel girder there, which is the bulkhead between the bathroom and the bedroom. But there's a gap underneath that, but it's not flowing up of there. That's the top end of it. But this might also be just a bit of a hollow. So this may have been when the boat was filled with water. This may just be a bit of residual water kind of left in the hollow. So I'm going to see if I can soak that up and get rid of that and see if that makes a difference. But on this side here, so on the port side of that steel girder, okay, it's a bit messy, but there's no water in there. But I'm going to see if I can poke the camera around this side and see if I can see what's going on through there. There's a cobweb there. Can you see anything? Okay, I was just filming this and it looked like I could see some kind of trickles coming in here towards the bottom. Okay, so I've now taken out this lower bit here by the bathroom wall where the toilet will go. Again, I don't know if you can see this. So I don't know if you can see this, but there is definitely something going on. Kind of there. Yeah, I'm wondering if that's where the water's coming in. Okay, I don't want to speak too soon, but I think I may have had a bit of a breakthrough. In there, you can clearly see, hang on. In there, you can clearly see a lot of water bubbling through, or moving, shall we say. I can't see air bubbles, but you can certainly see a lot of movement bubbling through, okay? And let me just rotate you around again. So that's where it was, all bubbling through there, down there, right? All of that, not that you can see very well, but that is dry. And up there is dry. So anything there would either come from down there, bear in mind it's a V-shaped hole, and down there to there, that's all dry. Anything up of there, so into the bedroom, so that area there where it's all pooling is just there. That's, okay, it's wet because it's had water around it, but it's dry in terms of that amount of water coming through. You can see it just under there. So you could just then. And on the other side, that's all dry going up there. And obviously there's some residual water there. But I'm going to get Paul and John and get their opinion. But that certainly looks like water coming in. Well, today's turned out better than I thought it was going to, in fairness. It looks like the hole has been identified, so both Jez and Paul have had a look at it. So both Jez and John have had a look at it. It's the bit that I've showed you. It's clear that's the bit, that's where it's coming in. So, I mean, in fairness, identifying the hole is the biggest part of it. Repairing the hole is easy and in fairness, fairly cheap. But finding the hole is the tricky part. It looks like it's the right amount of water coming through to amass the amount of water it has amassed. So I don't think there's multiple holes. I think that one is the one which would fill up the boat. So I mean, I guess it's like what I said in that last video. This is the best case scenario. I found the hole and it's right at the bottom of that V, so fixing it is also not that hard. It's not like it's coming through one of the, you know, on the side of the boat, because then it could be on one of the rubbing strips, and that could be anywhere. You know, it could be kind of higher up the boat and only coming into the boat where I saw it. So it's not, it's coming in from the bottom. All the bits coming into that from all directions are dry. Obviously there's moisture in there because the whole thing's been underwater, but there's no water coming down them, which means that the water is coming in from the bottom, which also means it's fairly easy to fix. There's no overplating on the bottom, so it's going to be a case of, well, I'll see what Paul thinks, but I think it's probably going to be a case of cutting out and replacing. I would prefer to cut out and replace rather than overplate, just because overplating is, well, it's dangerous. I mean, I know Paul will do a good job of it, but I think well, we'll see what they say, and speak to a couple of engineers and see what their thoughts are, and if anyone here's got any ideas as to whether it'd be better to, if that is the hole, whether it's better just to cut out a big area of the, it's right on the keel, so yeah, it's right underneath the boat, but it also means that we should be it's far enough higher up the boat. It's kind of only, where are we? We're talking here, so the chances are we better put it up on the trolley and actually weld it underneath whilst it's sitting on the trolley, if we can get out the water enough onto the land, which will be brilliant, because it means we can do away without cranes and hoists and all that kind of stuff. So this might be a couple hundred as opposed to a couple of grand. So yeah, that's well, for the moment I'm pretty happy, I guess. You know, I haven't been chasing it for weeks and weeks and weeks. It looks like this is the place it's coming in, so fingers crossed it is. So now I can move on to more pleasurable things. You know, it's important to keep moving forwards. I know loads of you are really supportive of me in the last video, kind of onwards and upwards. So yeah, you know, and that's exactly it. So I'm gonna crack on with some paint. So yesterday when I went to the Chandlers, I bought paint for the outside, and as I said, I've had a bit of a change of heart. So this is Bethnal Green. I just love the name. The colour's beautiful as well, but my family's got connections in Bethnal Green, so I quite like that. And yeah, it's just a really nice colour. And to go with it, it says chalky white, but it's a bit more of a cream. And I'm kind of thinking I might go for something a little bit, well, it's a 1970s boat, so it's going to be quite a, I don't know, it's those are the colours I'm going for. It's going to be green all the way around, and then there's going to be bits of cream. So maybe some detail around the windows, the rail, bit around the stern, the hatch doors and stuff like that. So, but first off, I've got to put the undercoat on, so I'm going to crack on with that now. this has been a nice afternoon spent painting the side of the boat. Just had one coat of undercoat all the way up to the bow door. So I think the colour choice is going to work quite well. I'm hoping basically the tone of the colour is not going to bring out these welds and seams that you can see. Obviously we're still going to see the grill, that's fine, but that'll be the plan with the colour choice. But once again, this Craftsmaster's gone on so nicely. So all in all, it's been a I'd have to say it's been a good day. Despite how it started, it's ended pretty well. Well, I mean, it's best case scenario basically. I found the hole. Narrowboat Hans has had a look at it. He assures me that that is the hole. It said he's coming in. He said, I think this is a technical term. He said, "Oh my God, it's fucking pissing in." So I presume that's some kind of nautical terminology. But so yeah, he concurs that that was the correct hole. And he also knows that he said it's going to be quite straightforward to bring out. So and fix. So that's cheered me up. And putting a coat of paint on, that's nice. And tonight we've got a party here. So today was handover day. We had loads of hire boats, and obviously they're all out now. But all the boys are here. We had a rehearsal last night, so this will be fun. Well, thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow, no doubt. Bye bye.